How is that red, ref? Ref, come on! Look at the confusion. Look at everyone, ref. Don't you know?
Come on, Rangers. Come on, Rangers.
Missed the whole game.
It's time for a cup run. At least, that's the hope. With Mike on holiday, Barks is going it alone today as Holland Sports welcome the visit of Walcountians in the County Cup. Walcountians are the Croydon-based outfit that beat Holland 3-2 in a pre-season friendly back in episode 2. With Mike gallivanting around Europe, Barks has to set up for the players' arrival all on his own. Well, not entirely on his own. Our channel sponsors ProDirect Soccer have once again been busy making a new kit, especially for the cup fixtures. And as requested by the committee back during the kit discussions, it's pink. So the Bunch of Amateurs team are on hand to set up the changing room and make sure the players are blown away by its splendour.
Oh, you legend. Cheers, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. You all right?
All good?
Yes, mate. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You overanalyse it. You all right, geez?
You all right?
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Little haircut. It's a box.
It's all right, it's all right.
You've gone for a box, mate. You've gone for a side sweep. Hey? Nice.
He may be shorn of his willing assistance, but at least Barks can call upon fitness guru Ben Davey for a bit of pre-match help.
If you what, the yellow?
No, knock a cone over.
Mate, I'll give you 200 quid if you knock a cone over. It's not even going to make it.
Distance unreal though. Distance is unreal, isn't it? In a game that would be alright, wouldn't it? We'd get away with that one.
So it's the same team we played in that friendly?
They're as high a team in terms of leagues that we could have played.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's about, we've really progressed in moving the ball. We obviously haven't had a game last week, so the warm-up's just going to be, are you going to do straight line running?
Yeah, just do like the normal bits, literally like 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll send them in to you.
I would go, if you want to, how these cobwebs get across the whole pitch, mate, it's absolutely phenomenal.
The visitors are not only a couple of leagues above Holland, but they're also familiar to Barks, for their assistant manager is a colleague from work, meaning Barks is going to be even more desperate for a result than he ordinarily would be.
So he's not. Oh, the gaffer's not here.
No, he didn't bother turn up.
That's a huge fine, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got to go and pick up one of our players from the station.
It's a huge fine. Nah,
it's all right.
Oh, he doesn't step in. You do, yeah. We got this pink kit today. I don't know.
I just saw it as a walk past.
What do you think?
Nice though.
It's just
I like it because it's short sleeve Adidas. It's like,
yeah.
It's like a fake, like not like
yeah,
a
shell suit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
You like it?
I thought it looked good. Well, I don't know. I only saw it and I walked past the change room.
Done your team talk for you, don't I? These boys rocking up in pink. Listen, all the best, mate. Cheers, Dan. Yeah.
Should be pink. Is this a large? It's not a lot.
Michael in goal. Joe Cav, are you in here, Joe? Yeah, Joe Cav, you all right, Joe? Yeah? Okay, mate. Got your game face on. Joe's in there at right back. Charlie McCarthy the right side. Nathan in there. Connor in left back. Wardy just playing you a little higher. I'll explain why. Mids is on his way. Don't know how late he's going to be. Yeah, big fine. Alongside Steve with the armband and the bed sheet. All right, Harry. Joe, listen up, boys. Joe on the left. George up top. And on the bench, Ollie, Sam, James, Daltz and Charlie Knight. Really, really tough decisions today, and only 3 will come on in the County Cup, boys. I'm not going to do too much kind of rearing you up. It is the County Cup. You've been given a brand new kit again. I think that's motivation enough to go out and prove a point today. The other thing is that they took the mickey pre-season, to be honest with you. They've turned up taking the mickey. So we've gone on 2 weeks without a game. We are on a roll. It is a bit soft. Now listen carefully. When we start, don't be afraid to go long. Don't be afraid to stick them under pressure. Winning's a habit. We have that habit. They haven't smelt or tasted winning for a long time, boys. They don't know what it feels like at the moment. Let's make sure when they turn up, they know, they feel that confidence, they feel that winning habit, and we push our game onto them. It's a County Cup. I don't just want this for me and the club. I want you boys to play in the stadium. I want to see you boys playing at Meadowbank lifting a trophy. There's enough motivation for you to start that warm-up fast and go out with some hunger, okay? Let's go. Yeah, again, boys really lucky. Obviously, Pro Director giving us this lovely new kit. So a new kit, County Cup game against a team that we lost to pre-season. So a little bit of history here. I work with the assistant manager as well, who's a top guy. So there's been a bit of banter all week at school about this game, and I'm sure there will be when we return. But yeah, big County Cup game. I've always wanted this competition. With Charwood, we were unlucky. And I've just said to them, I want it for them. I want them to play in the stadium. I want them to experience a decent stadium and, you know, have those magical moments that, you know, we all remember looking back. So big day, big game, but a little bit of unfocus here coming in, and something I want to work on in the warm-up, and when we get going is just a bit more focus. We've gone 2 weeks without a game, so game heads on, and I sense with some of them, we're doing our studs, we're a bit late in, so there's going to be a little bit of a, you know, a wake-up call for some of them today. So, you know, to get these kits and to have these opportunities, to have someone out there setting up the pitch, you know, you've got to earn it, you know, in these 90 minutes. I love a cup. I think it's a, you know, it's the all or nothing scenario. Go for it. You know, the County Cup would be an amazing one. We've been unlucky a couple of times. That Wandgas was the County Cup, wasn't it? I think we lost on penalty. So, and that was a great game, a beautiful game in all its finest. But yeah, I like a cup competition. I like the kind of finality of it all. I like the impetus to go for it. I'd rather go for it, you know, and lose by 2 or 3 than be sitting back at 1-0. So you might see that today if we go behind. I'm going to change shape. I'm going to put Sam on. I'm going to go for it today if that happens. But I want us to start fast. I want us to turn them round. It's a bit wet and slippery out there. You know, I want to be on the front foot from the get-go here. Okay, boys, as you stretch, you just start to focus now. A lot of laughing and joking around. They beat us in pre-season. It's a County Cup. Start now focusing. Start now focusing. Start focusing here. Won't be funny if we don't start fast. Won't be funny if we don't start fast. Okay, guys, jog it into the middle. Jog it into the middle. Better tempo there. Better focus. Come on, drag each other with you. If someone's not focused, tell them. So if it breaks down because he's doing something he's not going to do and he's out, and you're out, you're up there, Connor, you come across and you come in centre mid and he'll do that one. So if we put him through and he's going through and it breaks down, he can't do a 40-yard doggy, shuffle left, George come in and you just come in centre mid. That's the only time.
As if Barks didn't have enough on his plate, starting defender Joe Cav has pulled up with an injury.
Joe, are you no good?
I don't know about starting.
Jack, have you given the team sheet yet? Right, hold on then. James Barker, come here. Wardy, Harry Ward, come here. Change that team sheet for me, Jack. Put Joe Cav on the bench, put James Barker starting set 11. James, you're going to start. Okay, you're going to go back into right back. Okay, he's going to be right in front of you. Do you know what you're doing?
Change.
So you're putting James Barker on and Joe Cav on the bench, basically, on both of those sheets, Jack. Jack, do it on my back here. Keep the same numbers. It's all right, carry on.
Meanwhile, midfielder Harry Middleton has only just arrived.
Okay, mids, just starting in there. All right, stay out. I'll talk to them in there, but get yourself ready. Pink looks good, doesn't it? Hello, mate. Oh, you the assessor? Are you assessing the game?
County official.
Oh, county official. Nice to meet you. Okay. I was just saying because not
We used to be called assessors, but now we're county official.
everyone has to watch the other side of the barrier, so I was just clearing off. Obviously, you're welcome because you're part of the county FA. So, Dan, Hainesy. So all these are going to be that side when it kicks off. Couple of things to add. I think it's a bit laughy-jokey. I do. I think it's a little bit like 2 weeks. We're trying to nutmeg people out there. Scrap all that. You can't rock up in pink shirts, boys, and be lackadaisical. Secondly, some of you may know a local lad has died recently. All right, and there's 2 hours in intensive care. We're going to have a minute's silence out there. All right, and some of these people in this room knew that lad. What does that mean for me? Moments can be taken away. Things can change like that. You're in this moment now. Seize it together, boys. Give everything. I want this for you, for the club. Make sure you're hungry from that first whistle. We're turning them, we're pressing them. Remember that pain, that embarrassment. Let's take it out on them. Together in here, they get all of that frustration from your week. Everything's taken out on them from the first whistle. Yep? Yeah. Come on. Cut the line, Steve! No turn! Well done, Mervs!
The visitors come flying out of the blocks, and Holland have to fight to get out of their own half.
Come on, take him, Nathan, drop! Hold! Well done, Wardy! Turn him! Good enough, Charlie, up!
The home side's first foray forward is tempered by an erroneous offside flag, although the referee does stop it for handball.
Well done, Miz, pick it up! George!
AFC Walcountians, who will from henceforth be referred to as AFC because that name is just too long, are pressing for the early goal.
No cross! Well done, Steve, go again, Steve!
Striker Sam Grosser dazzles Conor McGuinness with his footwork, and just 5 minutes in, AFC have a penalty.
Heads up, loads of time. Heads up, we've been here before. Keep the ball. Nathan, command it. Is that ball flat?
It might not be the ball as much as the performance that's flat. Holland just can't seem to get themselves going.
Have a kick, George, come over!
A lunge from Steve Scola that sees both his feet leave the ground brings Holland a free kick, but there's no card for the defender. A plot point that's worth remembering.
Don't let him argue, ref! Don't let him argue with you, ref!
The resulting free kick gives Joe the best chance since the advance to go card was invented.
What a chance. Time!
Sports are beginning to find their feet and create space behind the AFC defence.
Great ball.
The ref is coming under much pressure from the away side, especially as AFC's Aidan Hawkins knows full well that that ball hit him on the way off.
Ref, get control of them!
Pick your man up! Pick your man up!
Have ball! Hey, better team last 5! Well done, Sports!
With 15 minutes on the clock, Holland open their opponents up for a second time. Joe Hill played in James Barker, but goalkeeper Jack Farthing manages to parry the shot away.
Brilliant, boys! James, unlucky! No foul!
Perhaps spurned on by the chances they've conceded, AFC push a bit harder and force Holland back down the pitch.
Well done, Miz and Charlie! Go on, Steve! Wardy! Let's see the net bulge!
He's not getting much of the ball up top, but Joe Hill's fighting from the front.
Well done, Joe!
Joe, well done, mate.
Joe may be pulled up for that tackle, but the referee somehow deems this a credible challenge.
Oh, ref!
Like a drunk 90-year-old in a bordello, Sports are struggling to penetrate, and they're reduced to limp outside of the boot's speculative efforts.
Roberto Carlos, wasn't it?
Sensing Holland's frustration, AFC go on the attack. A corner proves far too troublesome to clear, and the visitors create an opening. Ryan Thomas's low drive deceives goalkeeper Mike, and AFC Walcountians go 2 up. Steve Panay gets hold of the ball and feeds George, but his shot blazes over. George is getting upset.
Get over him.
The striker nearly gets in behind when Harry Ward crosses, but the linesman flags for offside, and Barks decides now's the time to switch formations.
Okay, Wardy! Wardy over here! James, stay as a wing back. Stevie, go centre mid. Go, you've got 2v1 there.
The changes earned George a clear-cut chance at last, but the finish isn't enough to beat an on-form Jack Farthing. Frustration oozes through the Holland Sports players, seeping into their minds like those little worms in Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock. For just like Commander Chekhov and Captain Clark, Murph and Charlie Mack are losing their minds. The pair eventually make up, but even a healthy relationship can't stop Ryan Thomas from gliding through the sports defence like Michael Flatley on roller skates. Mike Dill does well to save the day, and AFC spurn the rebound.
What's the line, George? What's the line, George? Go! What's the line, George?
George Smith looks to get in on the counter, but he's once again thwarted by the lino. George is getting upset!
What are you talking about? I'm not offside, mate.
Have a word with that ref, please. That's twice now.
But with the referee on his case, George has to keep his cool or face a potential sin bin.
Don't say anything, George! George! Don't say anything, please. Please. Thank you. Yes, ref. Yes, ref. Yes, ref.
Mike's ill-advised effort to catch the ball somehow results in a free kick to Holland, but the AFC side are hounding the referee, much to Barks' irritation.
Ref, don't let them persistently swear at you!
2-0 down at half-time, and with no Mike to bounce ideas off, Barks is looking a little bit lonely.
Go in, yeah, go in. They're on you a lot though, I feel. A little bit swearing language from them on you. But, I don't know, do you do sin bins in this level? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, ref. All right, boys. I think you probably said it all. The fact we're being more aggressive with each other than we are with them, I think sums it up. And I felt it, and I'm kicking myself because as soon as we turned up, I felt it. We were doing little bits and bobs. Some of us were late. Warm-up was not good enough, even though we got there eventually. But I can feel it. Now, I can't change your mindset if you're just not going to take on board what we're talking about here. It's a county cup game, all right? We give them a lifeline with a pen. All right, we give them a lifeline, suddenly their backs are up. But after that pen, boys, and I hate talking about negatives, but today I'm really struggling not to. We have 2 one-on-ones, maybe 3 one-on-ones from about 5 yards. We've got to find the corners. We've got to be ruthless. We then don't move the ball. We then start going too direct. This is what they're playing, the Blues, and this is what we've become. They've got one up there. So what I want to see is Nathan and Charlie dropping off and being patient. I know we're behind and I get you want to chase the game. I want to boot it up there and score every time, right? But it's not that simple. We need to really work that ball across. Okay, so we're working the ball. If we can get Wardy or James beating their man and beyond them, there's overloads all over. And we've had so many 2v1s and our decision making, it looks like the ball's flat the way we're kicking the ball to each other, boys. It's never quite there. Everything's lethargic. Everything from all of us, really. You know, I said before the game, we are together. We weren't there. We were completely separate. We were Charlie, Aaron, Mids, George, from our own families, our own mates, just like a bunch of people I'd thrown together. Now, a team is you're fighting for each other, not with each other. Okay, and I know you've sorted it out, but I'd rather see one of you do that to one of them. Because at the moment, you know, boys against men. The good news is there's 45 to go. And the good news is, I'm telling you now, I don't care if we lose this 10-0. We are the better team. When we moved that ball, they were panicking so hard at 1-0. Chance, corner, chance, keepers had a worldie. They are panicking, and then we implode. We've worked too hard together to fight tooth and nail to turn this around, to go back 10 steps this morning. We've worked too hard, boys. Now, you know, some of you, you're way off. Change it. I can only use these words. You need to change it in actions. Forget the talking. What do you need to do? Well, I need to be sharper. I need to take care of it. I need to summon some aggression from somewhere because I've worked 5 days this week and I've got 45 minutes, then I've got a Sunday, then I'm back at work and I'll be thinking about this 45 minutes for 5 days. So start this game afresh. Clean slate for everyone. No one's coming off. You got us in this mess. You get us out and you start like a badge, like everything we talked about before the game means something because you haven't shown me it means anything there. You haven't shown me anything. There's a load of people watching. Show everyone. Boys, second half, they got together, they rallied, and they stuck it on them. Boys, no more words. Get out there and get into them. Come on! They're together.
This ball back early. Back has got two.
For the first few minutes of every second half that we film, the bunch of amateurs team are setting up the GoPros, so major talking points tend to occur when we don't have many cameras running. And so it proves today, as Harry Middleton goes in a little late on Albert Davis. The best angle we can offer of the challenge is this long-range GoPro shot. It's safe to say Middleton's tackle warranted a yellow card. Unfortunately for Middleton and his teammates, there was one man in Surrey who felt otherwise.
Oh my God. How is that red, ref? Ref, come on. Ref, that's such a bad decision, mate. I'm sorry. Look at the confusion. Look at everyone, ref. Don't you know?
The red card bamboozles players and supporters of both teams and leaves Holland 2 goals and 1 man down. With more space than an Isaac Asimov novel, AFC begin to enjoy themselves on the ball.
You know, one of those where it like catches a sock a little bit, and it wasn't a follow through, but.
Having pondered his options, Barks decides it's time for a reshuffle.
Connor, and the rest please. Wardy, go back in there. Go back in there on the 3.
The changes begin to work and Holland get on the ball, but Murph is still wound up, and when Joe Hill's pass hits the hand of Albert Davis, he lets the referee know exactly what he thinks. It's a sin bin for the playmaker. Holland are down to 9. Five minutes into Murphy's 10-minute sin bin, Holland give the ball away at the back and the game turns into Wembley doubles. Holland are falling apart like every single accumulator bet I've ever put on.
So bad, ref. Ref, this is so bad now. You've destroyed the game.
Fortunately, almost every free kick we've ever filmed that wasn't taken by Jamie Liddell has gone over the bar. Barks has the look of a man who is 3 episodes into Game of Thrones and just got told that Robb Stark and Jon Snow are 2 different characters. Holland haven't given up all hope of an exceedingly unlikely comeback. Joe Hill crosses for George Smith, but his technically impressive volley can't get past the keeper. There's a shade over 10 minutes left when Joe Warnham finds space between Harry and Charlie. What follows is a brief summary of Holland's day. Joe and company still haven't given up hope of a goal or 2. Murph's shot seemed destined for the net, but Jack Farthing pulls off the save of the day.
From the foot then.
Right, yeah, I'm glad you're waiting, mate. I've been out there putting stuff away, and it's the same people putting stuff away while people are shooting off to have showers and sort themselves out. And I think that sums up the whole day there. You know, that has just not been good enough. That has just not been good enough. And I'll reflect on my tactics and everything I've done. I don't think I've done a lot wrong today. I've turned up, I've planned for things, I've had an injury in the warm-up, I've adapted things. And yet again, what I'll get in the... Come in, please, if you're coming in. Come in if you're coming in.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Bucks.
Come on, mate. You lost one.
Yeah.
What I get in the clubhouse, this is what I get from you. They ain't even that good. They ain't even that good. Well, at some point you've got to show it, boys. Stop talking about it. We look like boys out there getting muscled off the ball. I know the ref was a joke. I really accept that. And I know we've had penalties, sin bins, red cards. But there's so many that were nowhere near it today for competitive football. The strength. You watch the footage. I haven't got to say much. The amount of times we got knocked off the ball today, or they were a bit sharper. You have to do more outside of what we can do once a week. You have to go running if you want to be competitive. Now the only good news is it wasn't the league. That's the only good news. We're out of the County Cup, but the only good news is that wasn't a league game. The quality of the touch wasn't there, the quality of the pass wasn't there. We spent all week doing futsal, and then we get out there and the amount of misplaced passes and lack of quality all over. I'm not having a go, I'm hurting with you. So I'm not a scream, a shout of teacups aren't going to fly around. But if I was that type of manager, everything would be burning there. Because the standards I expect was way below. The trickling of a rival, the laughing and joking and nutmegging in the warm-up, all that stuff is a distraction because you weren't ready. None of us were ready today. Whatever you did last night, whatever you did this morning, you didn't come to this game ready. I came ready, I was here at 11. I was ready. Setting up, thinking about it, talking about everything, I was ready. The camera crew are here, they're ready. We're late to go out. Everything, that preparation, boys. Again, I'm not a negative person. I'm on your side. But we've got to reflect here, some of us. Because it ain't as easy as rocking up and turning over. It is not that easy. When we get Ringler here, if we start like that, it will be another cricket score. When we get, go away to Sidley, we have to be prepared. You have to get in the gym some of you because you look lightweight. You have to get out and do sprints, 3/4. You have to get out and do more. You have to, boys. Otherwise, we're going to have this pain more often. Pain becomes fuel. Please use this feeling, boys, next week. Let's reflect. Let's go again. No apologies, boys. Just a reaction, please. Okay, thank you, guys. Get a shower, do instead.
Boys, subs, £8, don't fuck off. Don't make me chase you.
You've got a car machine.
Yeah, mate.
Okay, who are you and why are you here?
So I'm Matt Scola, so I'm the first team manager at AFC Walcountians. With the pre-season game, we didn't read too much into the pre-season because we know what it's like. Peter had just come in and taken charge. We know that just by watching the videos, they've started playing a different formation to what they played when we played them at pre-season. And I know that pre-season is a time to experiment in the same way we were doing it in that game. We were changing players; they would have been doing the same.
I'm Dan Haines, I'm the assistant manager of AFC Walcountians and we're here for a Surrey Cup game today. Gaffer Barks and myself work in the PE department at Oaks Park High School. So yeah, it's good. We've been there for sort of 5 years now.
Obviously I work with Dan, so I'm going to get some banter work from Dan. He's a great guy, brilliant teacher, brilliant year group leader, and you can see he's got it all organised. He's on the ball and he knows how to play, he knows how to set up a team. And he's a big factor in their success.
Yeah, it was a solid performance. We knew we had to start fast. Got the penalty early doors. Had the second goal before half time, which I think then really helped the game. Couple decisions which I guess didn't go the way of Holland Sports, favoured us. Didn't look like a red card from where we were standing. Looked very much like it was late, but yellow would have been pretty routine of that one. So
Miss Mike today. Trying to speak to you before the game, and I'm thinking I've got to get out because I've got to do the warm-up bit. A lot to focus on. The ref's talking to me while the warm-up's going on, and I'm trying to keep the warm-up going. So, Mike's been brilliant here, and yeah, we missed him, and he's a big part of what we're doing. So,
are you going to rib him about this? Are you going to
100%. I've already tried to give him a little bit of stick, but I think he's a bit precious at the moment. So 2 weeks half term we've got now. As soon as we're back on Monday, first thing I'll be straight into his office, making sure he's aware.
That feeling of quicksand when they turn up and it's dribs and drabs, and Charlie's doing his boots, and Mids is really late. Everything today was just unfocused from the get-go.
Do you ever feel pressure at this level to get results?
I don't think so, because I think some of the results recently, if I was going to face a sack, it would have already happened. So, we're not that necessarily that kind of club yet. Everything is based around the social aspect, the friends. Some of us boys have known each other genuinely since we were 6-7 years old, if not longer. Obviously, newer boys have come in, but not felt pressure in that sense, but you pressure in your own sense because we want to win games. There's nothing worse than losing a game of football.
A local lad has died and we've held a minute's silence, and I think some of them are still grieving for him, which impacted their focus a little bit today. So, as much as I've been a little bit negative with them, I should take all that into consideration. I don't know how well anyone knew that young man, or how anyone knows the two boys that are, fighting for their lives at the moment. So that has to have impacted some of them. I think some of them work with him. So such a sad story, and I think in the back of their minds, maybe that impacted it, and maybe that being said, I've been too harsh on them. But if I'm talking purely football, the standards were far below what we expect. Not just the ability, the effort, the press, the desire to win the ball back. They were stronger, they were sharper. I hope they go and win it now. I really hope they go on and win that competition now, and I'll be watching out for them as they progress through.
We need you to help us grow by hitting like and subscribe and leaving a comment. And every week we're going to raise the best comment of the week. This week it's Michael J. Keenan, who said some really nice things about why he likes the show. Thanks, Michael. We certainly like him more than H-Bomb 370 and David Tomset.